Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This one's going to be Panic or Patience. Basically, going to go over how the season's going for this team. It's going to be the Toronto Blue Jays for our first one. Blake's a Toronto Blue Jays fan, so I expect some ranting to going on. But with that said, are we going to have patience with this team or are we going to hit that panic button? So let's jump into it. The Blue Jays currently sit in last place of the AL East. They're 21-26. They have a $240 million payroll. Right now, their chance to make the playoffs is 18%, which for a last place team is pretty high. You see down here, the White Sox are 0 and the A's are 0.2%. So out of all the last place teams, they still believe that 19% roughly, they have a chance to make the playoffs. And let's head over to that depth chart real quick before we give Blake a chance to speak. So far, what I'm seeing is them not scoring too many runs. Obviously, not one guy with double-digit homers. Vlad and Bo have 6 combined home runs and haven't done much. Yeah, Springer 3. You just pile it up there. Justin Turner has 4. Yeah, Blake, let's head it over to you. So far, how are the Blue Jays doing? Obviously not good, but what is your take from the season thus far?
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, they don't hit with runners in scoring position. Um, they don't hit for the home run. Um, it's just been an up and down season. I mean, it's they haven't strung any wins together. I think their largest winning streak is 3 games. So there's just it's if they hit well, they don't pitch, and if they pitch well, they can't hit. And they when they pitch well, they lose 3-0 because they can't score runs. They just got shut out by the White Sox today. They win 9-3 yesterday. They're just such an inconsistent team. You got Springer. I mean, they finally moved him down to the 6 hole. He's batting under 200. He's kind of been a shell of himself all year long. Bo Bichette finally got going the last week or so. Vlad has had a good May, so that's been a bright spot, I guess. But I mean, if you would have told me that Davis Schneider and Danny Jansen were going to be hitting 1 and 2 in this lineup, I would have said you're absolutely crazy. I mean, that's just how bad it's been. Um, and if you go down to the pitching, that was the Jays' identity last year, was their pitching. And you got Manoah, who's been good as of late. Gosman, almost a 5 ERA. Bassett over 5 ERA. Barrios and Kikuchi have been good. But other than that, it's been pretty mediocre. They have one of the worst bullpens in the league this year. Last year was one of the best, right? Other than Yimi Garcia and Trevor Richards, it's been pretty average. Like it's borderline been bad. So what made the Jays successful last year is the complete opposite. They won a lot of games because of their pitching. Um, yeah, it just hasn't been good enough, to be honest. Hasn't been
Yeah,
good.
let's take a look from the player side of things. Home runs, like we said, Dalton Varsho is leading with 8. He is only batting 209 with a 727 OPS. Really not going to get it done.
Yeah.
Danny Jansen's only played 23 games because he got hurt. I believe his wrist,
Yeah.
correct?
Broke his wrist in spring. Yep.
Wrist in spring. Davis Schneider has played 40 games, but in the beginning of the season wasn't really getting those looks. Playing times upped lately as a 801 OPS. Vlad Jr. He's a year away from free agency. The same with Bo Bichette, which we'll get to in a sec. Vlad has 4 home runs. His OPS is 759. He's struck out 40 times in 47 games, which isn't terrible. But he has walked 26 times. Probably leads the team if I had to imagine.
Yep.
Sure does. As far as OPS goes, let's go back to Bo here. Bo Bichette is seventh on the team. Seventh on the team at 6'11. I mean,
That's not good
44
enough.
games, 2 home runs. He did get banged up early in the season. What was the injury?
It's just a little
Missed a
bit,
couple games.
yeah, lower half injury. So
So maybe that's affecting him right now. But this is a Blue Jays team that obviously Bo Bichet's a year away from free agency. Vlad Guerrero's a year away from free agency. It's now or never. $240 million payroll. Let's see how they look across the league. If we're looking at homers,
dead last, scroll
they
all the way down. Oh, there
yeah,
you go. 49.
39, which is tied for second. Last OPS. It was in the sixes. Let's see where we're at here. It's sixth lowest, 666. That's not a great number to have there. Uh, as far as stolen bases go, are they stolen bases? Let's see here. Ninth least amount of stolen bases. Walks. Are we walking? Are we walking, Blue Jays fans? 15th, dead even. As far as walks go, driving and runs, I wouldn't assume that they're in the top 15. I'm sure it's on the lower half. They've only scored 162 as far RBIs, so they've only driven in 162 teams. Second worst to the White Sox,
Yeah,
who they're currently
not
playing
great.
right now.
Not great.
They're playing 228 as a team, but they aren't striking out.
No.
They aren't striking out. Second lowest strikeout total in the league. If we head over to the pitching here, we could just do it from here. Team ERA. Looks like you guys have the ninth worst team ERA in the league. Home runs. You've given up the third most home runs in the league.
Yep.
Strikeouts. They looks like they're not striking out too many. Sixth least amount of strikeouts. Walks. See if you guys are walking anybody here. Do you see him here?
Yeah,
Oh, I just saw him
13.
a second
Yeah,
ago.
13.
Right there, 13th in the league. Um, so what
Yeah,
is
the
that?
pitching just hasn't been
They're
good enough.
13th best. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The pitching
Save
hasn't been good enough.
opportunities. They've had not many, it looks like. Toronto Blue Jays only 17. They're 12 for 17.
Yeah.
I mean, they've only blown 5 games, but I mean, I guess that goes back to
They just don't score runs to be in a safe situation. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
just like
yeah.
yeah, and
Let's
then the article, sorry to cut you off there. The article that comes
yeah,
out today that says Blue Jays are calling teams about Bichette and Vlad. I didn't think that we would be hearing those reports in middle of May. Um, with the payroll that they have, asking prices obviously astronomical as it should be. For the Jays, they still got one more year of control, but yeah, I mean the schedule does lighten up here. You got the White Sox, you got the Tigers, you got the White Sox again, got the Pirates again, but
yeah.
yeah, it's now or never with this team. You got to start stringing wins together.
Yeah, let's see how many wins they have this month. One, two, three, four, five, six. Six
Yeah,
wins in the month of May. Obviously it hasn't gone well. They may lose a series to the White Sox tomorrow night. Does it say who's pitching here? It does not. So I don't know. You might know who's pitching tomorrow.
I believe it is. I think it's Bassett. I believe it's Bassett.
Okay.
So
All
we'll
right.
see who hasn't been great.
Tigers on the road, White Sox on the road. Let's take a look at June. Let's see what that looks like for them. Um, Starting off with the Pirates, as we saw. Then you got the O's for 4. It's at home. It'll be the first time the O's are heading to Toronto. They just had a big series against them. They took the series, right? Or
No,
was
they
it a
split
split?
1-1. Yeah, and then that rain out
Yeah.
game. Yeah,
So they had a chance. That was a blown game, that second game.
yeah. Walk off
Adley
home.
Rutschman, walk-off homer.
Yeah.
So you got 4 games against the O's, then you got 3 against the A's. I mean, you have the White Sox, A's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to face the Brewers, who've been playing good baseball, the Guardians, who've been playing good baseball, the Red Sox, who you've already played or
No,
have not played yet.
no,
Have
no.
not played the Red Sox yet. You got to play the Guardians again. You got to play the Red Sox again, and then you have to finish off with the Yankees. So there's a realistic chance here that, let's just say lose this series, lose the O series. Sorry, if I hover, it's going to show me this pop up. Lose the O series 3-4. Best case, let's say split. Okay, that's going to be 1 win. Let's say you take 2 of 3 from the A's. Hopefully you sweep them, but 3 wins. You lose the series to the Brewers. Say you take a win there. That's 4. Lose the Guardians 5. We'll give you the Red Sox because you're at home. 7. Lose the Guardians again. 8. Let's say you lose in Boston. 9. And then let's say best case scenario, you split with the Yankees. 11 wins in the month of June. That's not going to get it done to get it
No,
back into this
no,
thing.
you need about 16 to 17 to get back into this because you might even they honestly might need a 20 win month to get back into something like that. That's what it's
If they
gonna
even play
take.
20 games,
But I'm
see one,
just
two, three, 6, 9. They do 9, 12, 15, 18,
I'm just like it's
21, 24, 28 games. So you think
like
they gotta go 20 and 8
like
in June?
you gotta you at least have to win 18 to 20 games to
How
get
many
like
games back are we? How
that's
many games
how
back?
they're got to be like 10
10 and a
back. Yeah, they're 10
half,
off
10 and a
back.
half. You're probably looking at the Yankees and Orioles make the playoffs too right now. Can we
Yeah,
go to the
like
wild
it's
card here? I don't even know. But I expect that. The Astros are starting to creep. I
yeah,
mean, this is really the team that I would be watching. If I were you guys
yeah,
to for that last spot, it would be, Rays, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Astros, Rangers. I mean, the Astros, look, they're up to second place now.
yeah.
So, oh, never mind. That's wrong. That's just based off of percent.
But
But with that said,
yeah,
with the Blue Jays overall, I'm gonna go panic or patience. I'm gonna go with the big old red panic button on this one. I'm not sure if they'll trade Vlad or Bo. I don't think it'd be a terrible idea. I think obviously they've already traded Teoscar Hernandez. They've lost Whit Merrifield last year to free agency. They traded Lourdes Gurriel. They traded Gabby Moreno. They lost Robbie Ray after winning a Cy Young. They lost
Simeon.
Marcus Semien to Texas. I mean, those were some of those better teams that they had, and part of that core. That core is pretty depleted. It's just Biggio, Vlad, Bo from when it started
Mhm.
5 years ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the panic button on this one. I don't think it's gonna be like a hard reset. I just think that you choose between Vlad or Bo, put a contract extension in front of one of them, and try to get some assets and build through free agency. Obviously, they got to try to take a taker for George Springer's contract as well. But that's where I'm at. I'm gonna hit panic for this season. I don't think next year looks that bleak. They can still fix this thing around. But go ahead. I'm going with panic.
I'm gonna hit the panic button, but I'll just say their GM's preaching a lot of patience, and I think it's pissing off a lot of Jays fans. I never seen a GM that gaslights their fan base more than Ross Atkins. It's absolutely insane. You can laugh, but it's the truth. This guy talks about how we've seen encouraging signs, and we looked at the stats. There's nothing to be encouraging about those stats. They don't hit home runs. They don't they don't walk that much. They haven't been striking out guys. They don't drive in a lot of runs. They are, I believe, they're hitting about, I think it's 154 with runners in scoring position. That ain't gonna cut it. They yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of bullshit to be honest. The comments that he made it pissed me off a lot. But yeah, I'm hitting the panic button. Like you said, I think you got to put an extension in front of Bichette. If they traded Vlad, I wouldn't be surprised. I would try and keep Bichette because he's a shortstop, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is going to be DH in probably 4 to 5 years. So I would try and extend Bichette if you're gonna choose. But yeah, this for a $240 million payroll, it's been an absolute disaster start for the Jays.
Alrighty. I think that wraps it up for this one. Yeah. If you like this video, make sure you hit this like and subscribe button. Um, as always, we appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.